Okay, hello and welcome. Welcome to Tech Tuesday. We just want to welcome everyone who is joining. And today we have a really awesome Tech Tuesday for you. Today we're talking about something called Google Arts and Culture. And I think this is one of my favorites. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. First off, just a couple of quick commercials. We are your technology integration team. My name is Josh Voiles, and I'll kind of be leading this session for today. I'm joined by my supervisor, Miss Isabel Espinoza, and she's right up there waving. And we also have our new member, Sherry Harris, but I don't think she is able to be with us right at the moment. Um, and so we are your instructional technology team for the district. And we also want to make you aware of our website. You can visit us at midlandisd.net/itech for some really great resources that we'll be posting on there. So be for sure to give that page a favorite. Let me go ahead and drop all of these links into the chat just in case you might want to click on them and follow them. We'll also have a link to Google Arts and Culture in there at the bottom as well. Also, you can follow or you can check out midlandisd.net/tech newsletter. You can go there to look at all of past newsletters that we've sent out, all the past articles, or you can just sign up to receive monthly latest technology tips, tools, tricks to make learning and teaching fun with technology. Also, we want to make you aware that every Tuesday we do have two sessions for our Tech Tuesday, one at 3:30 and one at 4:15. You can also visit our calendar at midlandisd.net/Tech Tuesdays to look at any upcoming Tech Tuesdays that you might be interested in. We're going to be posting all of those on that page. So that way you know what's coming up as well. We're covering all of the good stuff from Google Classroom, Go Guardian, Clever Touch, Nearpod, Discovery Education, and we have a lot of special guest speakers as well. So go ahead and favorite that page as well. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just get right into it. And we still have people who are joining. Welcome. It's good to see everyone. And so, hello, welcome. So basically, what we want to do is just kind of jump right into it. Here on this first, we just have a first couple of slides to go through, but really the best way to do it is just follow that link that I pasted into the chat, and we'll kind of go through it, ourselves, and we'll look through it, and I'll show you as I'll present my screen as I'm going through it. But Google Arts and Culture is really awesome. Okay, I wish I would have known about it when I was a teacher. Basically, what it is a website that Google put together that curates all different kinds of awesome things um, for teachers and students. And basically, it sounds like Google Arts and Culture. It sounds like it's mostly just about art, but it's really not. It's no matter what kind of a discipline you teach, it could be science, it could be history, it could be um, English, anything that you are teaching or interested in, even as a student, you can probably find it uh, on this website. So a lot of really great stuff. There's museums, stadiums, famous landmarks, sculptures, street art. Even you can even find a lot of really great science stuff on the website as well. Things like the International Space Station, right? So hopefully here in just a second we'll get a chance to look at some of that. Okay. Hello, Anna. It's good to see you. So I think we still have people joining, so that's awesome. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to jump right into it. This is kind of the cheat sheet that I'm going to be using today. Hopefully, we'll get through all of this, and if we're lucky, maybe even some extra stuff. If you see something that you want me to go into that I never went into, you can put it in the chat or open up your mic and say, "Hey, Josh, I'm curious about this other thing." So hopefully, we'll get a chance, but we'll see. All right. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my other tab. And can everyone see that there? Okay. So unfortunately, Google Arts and Culture, even though it is put together by Google, I don't believe it's something that is going to be found in our waffle. So you will have to just do a Google search for it. Okay. But here's the cool part is once you get on there, any of these things that you see, any kind of activity, any kind of game, any kind of Explorer tab, any kind of activity on here they're all shareable to your class. So let's, for instance, say that I go to this place called Extreme Locations. Okay, you'll see at the beginning of every activity you have all of these little buttons at the bottom. That is where you can favorite it. You can click on this button here. It gives a link and copies that to your clipboard, or I can go to the share button here and I can share the link from the bottom right here, or I can share it right out to certain platforms. So there's like Twitter, they also have Google Classroom in here. That's a really cool part, in my opinion, is that like if you're a teacher, you can share that. Let me see if I can share my tab there. Hopefully you guys can see that. All right, so I can share this right to my Google Classroom, and I've got some goofy little like demo classes that I put together already. I can choose an action. I can create an assignment, ask a question, make an announcement. Let's say I want to create an assignment. I can click on the on go, and then you see here basically what it does is it opens up inside of your Google Classroom where you can make that into an assignment for your students. You can choose a due date, all of that good stuff, how many points it's going to be, and then click assign, and even schedule it or tell it what students it's going to or what classes it's going to go to. So really, really cool. I'm going to go back and share my main tab, and I think everyone can see that. And as you can see here, basically what I can do is just scroll through here, and it's giving all of these really cool like panoramic views of these really cool places on Earth. So I can kind of like pan through here. Your students can look around through there. It also gives a kind of a synopsis there at the bottom of what that place is. There's a lot of really cool ways to get your students to learn about geography or different places on Earth, to get them to explore and to learn more about those places. And once again, on the side, you can see those buttons there. So I'm going to go back. L- Isabel had a really cool one. Let's say you don't find what you're looking for on this front page or on the Explore tab. Well, that's what's really cool on Google Arts and Culture website. There's this search. You can search anything you want. So let's say the Palace of Versailles. And I'm going to butcher this because I don't know how to spell Versailles. I think it looks like Versailles, right? Oops. I don't know if I spelled that correct. I think maybe I did. No, I didn't. I left out an I. Okay. But you can see it's going to pull it up. If you can't find what you're looking for, you can search for it and it's going to find it, right? So there's all kinds of cool stuff in here. You can search through the paintings of Versailles, and there's, I believe, 3D panoramas of Versailles as well. So you kind of just have to get in there and explore around. There's this really cool timeline. If I click on this clock right here, it's not going to organize it by paintings. It's actually going to go through the timeline from like 1620 all the way to the present. And if just scrub through this timeline, I can actually uh, scrub through here, and it's going to take me to that point in history. And I can click on some of those, and it's going to give me more specific information about that piece, whether it's a sculpture or a painting, right? A lot of these will take you to um, websites of that museum that has that actually in that museum. Or it might even take you to like a Wikipedia page or something like that, right? And once again, you can see there's a link, or I can copy that to my Google Classroom and share that out as an assignment. So, really, really cool, really great way for your students to explore, right? What else was on here? There's this really cool like visual crossword, and basically right now it's on artists. So I think there's different ones you can choose. One of them is Van Gogh, and I don't know the other. I think it's pronounced Gauguin. I'm not for sure. I know I'm probably butchering that name. I apologize to all of the art teachers. I'm not very good with my art history. But you kind of crossword puzzle through these, and if you get it right, it goes and it gives you like another level. And so you just drag and drop these in where you think they're supposed to go according to what painting you think that artist painted. So that's a really cool game. There's another one that I want to do. It's called, if I go into the Explore tab, I can go and click on Art Movements. Another really cool one is historical figures, but that's not all they have on there. They have places, historical events. Let's just click on art. All right. As you can see, I can go through all time or A to Z, or once again, I can go through that timeline, right? But if I just click on all and I scroll through here, here's this cool one. I recognize this painting. Most people recognize this is one of Vincent van Gogh's paintings, but it's telling me about that time in history. So this is once again the great thing about Google Arts and Culture is it's tying together all of the disciplines. So you don't have to be an art teacher. It's going to tie you into history as well. So this is post-impressionism, 1886 to 1905. I can read more about post-impressionism. Once again, you can make this as an assignment, or you can have your students scroll through here. I can click on the chronology here again, and I can even have my students pick their own if I wanted to, or assign a period in time of post impressionism to them, have them research, a painting or a time period and do a report about it. And that's what's really great is you click in here and you can see, like, say if I click on one of Vincent van Gogh's paintings, it's going to tell me more about him and the painting, and it's going to link me once again to different websites, where I can read more about him. So once again, just a really great. That one's actually linking to a Wikipedia page. So I know that Wikipedia isn't necessarily the greatest source of truth sometimes, but once again, it's just a great starting place for them to start doing some research. And a lot of times, as a teacher, you realize that it sometimes it's hard to get them into it to do the research for themselves. So this is a great way to do it because it's kind of giving them the option to explore what they want to explore, and while they're doing it, they're learning about it. Okay. So I think everyone can see my page, right? Okay, let's go back. I wanted to show you guys some of the games. Gamification is a really big word right now. It's a big buzzword that's going around. Let's click on historical figures. I wanted to show you guys that too. So we've got Joseph Stalin, Karl Marx, Napoleon Bonaparte, John F. Kennedy. They're all just kind of mixed together, right? So let's say I want to click through here. Let's just choose somebody from history. I was looking for, like, Abraham Lincoln or somebody like that, right? There's just so many to choose from, right? Once again, you can allow them to choose. Okay. I'm trying to look for somebody like one of my favorite historical figures, but anyways, it doesn't matter. You get the idea, right? They can click on one, and similar to the art movements, they can learn more about that person. They can click on the chronology there and actually go through that person's life. There's paintings of the person, and if they were like a writer or like a poet or whatever it is that they did, it's going to have some of that stuff included as well. So anyways, I just wanted you to kind of get a feel for that. So anyways, let's go to the play tab. This is where you're going to see a lot of the games, and like I was saying, gamification is really big. And there's a couple ones that I wanted to show you. There's this really cool one called Descent of the Serpent. This one's really cool because they think they're playing a game, but they're actually learning about, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, I believe it's Mayan culture. I might be confusing that with Aztec, but I think it's the Mayan culture. So once again, it looks like I need to actually play this game so I can learn. So it says an ancient adventure through Mesoamerica. So I can click play. Once again, as you saw at the beginning, I can actually share that game out to the students, but I'm kind of what the game looks like. I can pick like an avatar. I can continue through. I can do the story, which actually is going to teach them more about that. And then they can actually continue through. This beginning level is the jungle. And if I'm not mistaken, I think at the beginning or at the end somewhere, there's a serpent that chases you. And, they talk to different people. So once again, they're used to this, right? Because they're playing Minecraft, they're playing Fortnite. So they're going to love stuff like this, right? Where they can play and learn more about the culture at the same time. So I can exit the game or I can resume. Once again, I can share to Google Classroom right there, and I can have everybody join in on that game. So really, really cool. There's another really funny one that's called Blob Opera, and I don't know if I'll be able to find it just through searching through the games. For some reason, it's always hard for me to find. So I'm just going to type it in. I'm just going to type in Blob. This would be really cool for like a music class. And students, I mean, teachers always love this when I show it to them in the one-on-one trainings or the in-person trainings. We can launch the experiment, or once again, we can actually share that with the classroom. And then you just drag and drop on these blobs, and they sing. And I can kind of control their pitch. So I'm controlling kind of where they sing. It's pretty cool. There's a record button on the side here, and then you can actually change the location. So say if I wanted them to perform in an opera house or a museum, or here I'm in Mexico City, I believe. And then you can record that, or you can share it out with your students. So really cool. I thought that was really neat. There's another really neat one called Puzzle Party. I'm just gonna. So once again, that's what's great is you can type in whatever you're looking for. You're gonna find something for that, whether it's an activity or even a certain part of what applies to what you teach. So here's Puzzle Party. This is really cool. I can choose a game, and then I can decide to share that game with the class. So you can use this as like an entry event or just something to get them interested. So I can click on solo or multiplayer. Let's choose multiplayer. I think this is the link right here. I'm just going to actually copy this in to the chat, and you guys are more than welcome to join me if you want to. You don't have to, but there's the game. So let's just see if anyone joins me here. If not, then I'll just play by myself. I guess that's fine. Okay, so I think that works. You can share it to Google Classroom once again. And so now what we're doing is we're moving these puzzle pieces around, right? And just trying to put and it's like you're working with your friends on a puzzle except virtual. So it's really cool. So someone joined the game there. I don't know who joined me. Maybe it was Isabel or Anna or somebody. Okay. So it's really cool. This is the girl with the pearl earring, very famous painting. um, so it's really neat because they can go in and learn more about the painting. I hope I didn't just close everybody out there. But once again, it's tying them in the way all of those other things did. So pretty cool, right? So we've got 3 players right now. Thank you guys for joining me. Isn't that fun? So really, really cool. And you can also change the difficulty. It'll change the sizes of the puzzle. Okay, so really neat. Guys, I know you're having fun, but I'm going to go ahead and leave the game. I hope that's okay. But thank you for joining me. So it's really cool. I just wanted you to get a feel of how that would work with you in your class. And it's really cool to see everyone's mouse and the puzzle pieces all moving around at the same time on the same game with everyone in that same class period working on a puzzle together. So really great way to get your students involved once again to get the participation. And you can even use these for grades as well. Okay. There's another really cool one called Geo Artwork, and I think that's under the Play tab again. Here it is. It's actually one of the featured ones. Now, this one's really cool because this one I think ties into a lot of different disciplines. You've got art, geography, English, all kinds of, and you can play them all separately, or you can click on all and it'll include all of them in the same time. So, say for instance, you're in English class and you're learning about like ancient manuscripts, or you're an art class and you're learning about sculptures, or you're a geography class and you're learning about places. Okay, and I can share this just the same way I did the puzzle one. I can share this with the whole class, and we can play the same game together. So what this is, it's going to give us like a 3D photo to look at, and we can zoom around here and get clues. And I apologize because this one isn't the best one. Normally it's going to give you like a landscape, but I'm going to try to decide where this is. Let's say I think this is like in maybe Egypt or somewhere. I'm just taking a wild guess. And then I can click guess. Oh, look, I was way far off. So this is actually somewhere in Slovenia or Latvia. Latvia. Okay. So this is a great way to get your students to kind of get their brains into thinking of what are the clues that's telling me about this culture? Or what are the clues that's telling me about this artwork? And they're trying to guess where on earth it's located. So it's really, really cool game. You can kind of zoom in and learn more about that place on the map. So, and then once again, you can share that. So it's really, I thought that was really cool. That's one of my favorites. Geography was one of my favorites when I was in school. Okay. There's another one, I believe, in the Explore, and it's called Pocket Gallery. Oh, actually, it's in the Play. And I don't know if I can find it, so let's just search it. It's called Pocket Gallery. And for some reason, my internet is going slow. Let's type in Pocket Gallery. Okay, now this one's really cool because what it does is it's basically like an exhibit. So if you can't, and there's like hundreds of these, there's 104 pocket galleries. There's also more different types of galleries. I'm just going to click on this one called The Art of Color. So this is great, right? Because if I can't take my students on a field trip, I can take them on one virtually. And once again, they love playing like 3D games where they move around with the arrows. So I'm going to enter the gallery. So as a student, I can actually use my arrows similarly to the way I would like if I was playing Fortnite or like one of those games that they love to play. And I can take a trip through this gallery and learn more. And all of these painting, it's art, but it's also tying it in with the history. Um, So here's the Night Watch by Rembrandt. If I click on this little, so this is cool. You could have all of your students go through the gallery, choose a painting that they want, that they like, and do a report on it. And right here, it's going to take me to, it's telling me it's by Rembrandt. It's telling me the year, giving me a synopsis of that painting. But then I have this link that I can follow, and it's showing me more information about about Rembrandt and about that painting. So it's called the Night Watch. It's got all of the details, the date it was created, and it's going to link me even to, if I click on the if I click on that link there on Rembrandt, it's telling me about his life, when he was born, when he died. It's, I think this is taking me to a Wikipedia page once again about Rembrandt. So as you can see, a lot of really great resources just from going in that gallery that your students can access. All right, so let's go back to the gallery. Okay. And then I can zoom away, and then I can keep, exploring through this gallery. So once again, and they can control where they're walking around in this 3D environment. So I thought that was really cool. It kind of captures my imagination. It's really colorful, and I think the students will love that because they love to play games like that. Okay. What else? How much time do I have? I wanted to show you guys a couple other ones. Did we do the geo artwork? Yes, we did. Okay, when we did the pocket gallery, puzzle party, we looked at historical figures. I didn't get a chance to really show you all some of the science stuff. Look, there's Leonardo da Vinci. I'm ADD. We could go through this all day, guys, because there's so many cool things on here. Let's just type in NASA. I didn't get a chance to show you guys a lot of the activities on here for like science classes, but look, there's so much cool stuff. If I was like an astronomy teacher, there's a lot of cool stuff on here that we could look at together. And what's great is, once again, all of these I can share as an assignment or share it to my, here's the Mars rover. Okay, Mars 2020 collecting sample artist concept. Okay, I can go through here and click on some of these different things, or I could stay on the Mars rover. It's telling me about NASA's JPL laboratory in Pasadena, right? It's giving me more details about that. I can explore related content. I can look at stuff on the solar system, on the actual Mars mission. So that's really cool. Some of these will open up kind of like a whole new page where it actually has all of this information all put together for the student. So, I mean, this is just, it's endless what your student can learn about, what they could actually use as a resource for an activity, for a presentation, for a report, all kinds of cool stuff on here. Satellite views of the Earth at night, right? Lots of really great stuff on there. Um, so yeah, let me see. What time is it? It is 4:38. So does anybody want to just chime in? Does anybody have any questions? I could go through this all day. There's like synopsis here on different kinds of weather patterns and the things that these satellites are picking up, the satellite images, and the students love this kind of stuff. Let's go back to the home page. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else that I forgot to show you. So we looked at art movements. We looked at some of those historical figures. There's some museums here that you could look through. You can explore a museum all on your own. So that's really cool. So once again, if you can't go to the museum in person, you can explore it virtually. And you can share out this activity with your students. Once again, there's that link where you can share it to Google Classroom, or you could share it to, like, if you're on a different LMS uh, like Canvas, you can share that link with them directly through that portion right there. A lot of really great stuff. I think you guys get the idea. I think you get the idea. So what I want to do now is just open up the floor. If anyone has any questions, comments, concerns, we just want to encourage you. Follow the links that I posted. In case you didn't get those links at the beginning, I'll go ahead and post those in once again. Whoops. I want to make for sure everyone gets those links. And there's a link at the bottom there to Google Arts and Culture. And I would honestly just favorite that website. That way you can get to it easily. There it is. We just encourage you to look through it. If nobody has any questions or comments, We'll stick around for a while just in case anybody does. But if not, we want to thank you for joining us today. We hope you make the most of this website, this really great website with a lot of really great resources. Thank you so much for joining us on this Tech Tuesday, and until next time.